Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to change the caliper and the brake pads on a 2008 Honda Civic. Alright guys, alright, look at the brake pads here, gone. There is no brake pad in there, it's gone. This caliper been driven on it, it's been eating the caliper, forget the brakes. And look at the size of the disc. Alright, so we're going to replace the caliper. Since he ate it, chewed it up, it's not even safe anymore. And we're gonna replace the rotors, all right? And that's what we're gonna do. This is a 2008. If you guys have a 2008 Honda Civic, change your brakes, guys. Don't let that happen, because you will be spending another $200-300 to replace this caliper, all right? All right, guys. So very simple, all right? What you're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to remove these screws. I will remove them first. These are easy because I just checked them. I think the customer had the brakes replaced not too long ago. Even the rotors are a little shiny. But Phillips head screw, and you should be able to do this first before you remove the caliper or anything, because that brakes little grip on it is holding the rotor for you. Because sometimes you need to turn it, it will turn with it. Alright. So once we have that out, guys, if you leave the key in the ignition, you should be able to turn the steering just like so, right? So let's come on this side. Let me bring my light over also so we can see everything. Let me see if I can turn a little bit more. All right, guys, right here we have number 12, right? So we're gonna remove that number 12 right there. All right, guys, what I would do is take a number 12 socket, put it on the reverse. If your ratchet has on and off, going off, and just hit it, guys. All right. And this caliper, you don't need to remove the top bolt. All right, and this caliper we're gonna replace also. I'm gonna show you a little trick. Leave it right there just like that. Loosen this guy up if you want. All right, this is number 14 right here. I'm gonna go get number 14. Make sure you put a bucket down below so the fluid that leaks goes into the bucket. All right, guys, go get number 14 off. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna loosen this, all right? I'm only loosening this and I'm leaving it right there, just hand tight. Because I'm gonna take this whole caliper and put it over here. I'm gonna work on the brakes and everything. And I will remove this caliper. That'll be the last thing, all right? So let's take off this little guy right here. We'll take the caliper. And look at the piston, it's all the way out, guys. I'm not even gonna work with that piston. Alright, look at the brake pad, gone. Everything's gone. It only has one brake pad. Where's the other brake pad? It's not even there anymore. Alright, so there we have it. So we're gonna replace the caliper and the brake pads and the rotors, alright? And in the back here, you have two number 17s. If you have an impact gun, put an impact gun here and there, and this caliper should come out. Got my number 17 right here with the impact gun. I got it on a reverse position. So all I'm gonna do is save this bolt, because the new caliper does not come with any bolts except these that are number 12s. All right, it might be a different size. Hopefully it's the 12 also. There it is, guys. We have our caliper bracket out of here. All right, so this is the bracket we just took off. It's gonna come with the new one. All right, guys, so very simple procedure here so far. And next thing what you can do is put this caliper, hang it somewhere if you like, or just leave it there gently, and your rotor should come out just like so. Right, guys, so we're gonna wait for the new brakes and we'll just continue afterwards. All right, guys, got my rotors here. Make sure you clean the surface, both sides. If you don't clean it, the brake is not gonna work. All right, align the two holes with the holes where the spruce will be sitting at. Very simple, guys. And then we'll take the two screws, one by one, we'll put that in. Very simple, just like so, right? There we have it, guys. These will tighten themselves, so all you need to do is just hand tighten it and just leave it there. All right, next what we'll do is I'll go get my rotor. I'm sorry, not my rotor, my caliper, the new caliper that we got. Alright guys, got my new caliper here. I'll give you part numbers on everything in a little bit, and it has 2 little washers right there for the brake line. I do not dismantle anything before, right? I will do that later on. So what I'll do is, first I'll put the caliper on, I'll put the bolt in there, just like so. Sometimes it's hard to line it, but once you get it, then you can just let it go, right? We got a couple of threads. Make sure you always put the threads in first. And let me get the second one bolt in there. So what I need to do is figure out where it belongs, right there. Move it around, wiggle it around. Once you catch the threads, you can just let it go. Alright, there we have it, guys. What I'm gonna do next is, now this number has changed. It's number 14 now, right? The caliper is still loose, but to remove this bolt, something has to hold the bracket. So put on the bracket. Alright, and then we can just slide this caliper out. Make sure the boot comes off. Alright, now we can go in here and tighten both of these 17s, alright? So let me get my impact gun and we'll do that next. Alright guys, so we're gonna tighten this. Make sure if you need to torque it. I suggest you should torque it. My video is just show and tell. I will be checking this later on everything, alright, properly. Alright, there we have it. Alright guys, I'll go get my brakes next. We'll put on brakes and then we'll dismantle the caliper. Alright guys, I got my brake pad here. The part number on this, I'm using Monroe CX465. That's the part number, guys. So if I take this brake pad, the sensor will be down below, right? So we're not gonna use this brake pad. We're gonna use the other one with the sensor because it has to be up top. Well, this one came with the hardware kit, so make sure you install your new hardware kit. Alright, and we'll take both of the brake pads, just put them in there gently, just like so, guys. And the brake pads should be very free, alright? They should not be tight. You should not have to hammer the brake pads in there, right? And we'll take our caliper next. But meanwhile over here, it'd be easier for us to remove this little guy. Right now, we are gonna use these 2 little washers. Alright, we'll take our caliper. Alright, make sure the caliper boot sits in its proper spot. We'll take the caliper, bring it down. We'll put on the new bolt. Alright guys, there we have it. After this, it's gonna get a little messy, guys, because we're about to remove the brake line next. Make sure your caliper, this little bleeder valve is up on top, not on below. That means you have the wrong caliper, and that caliper is for the opposite side, alright? There we have it, guys. Now is the part where I don't like, because this is where things get messy. Alright, so what we're gonna do next is, I'm gonna go get a rag. Anything will do. Doesn't have to be clean or anything. Alright? And what I'll do is, I'll simply put it right here because I don't want any brake fluid dripping down, alright? Onto the brakes or anything. So this caliper, this rag will catch it a little bit, right? And I have a bucket down below. Remember, this bolt is loose, guys. All it needs is a little bit of force and it should come out, and the liquid will start to come out after that, right? So try to hold it up because a lot of liquid is inside the caliper, right? And we'll put the caliper down. Alright, what we'll do next is we'll pull off our bolt here. We'll remove the washer from the bottom below, right? And we'll put in a new washer. So to remove this little sealer washer, this is what protects it from leaking, alright? Very important to change these, replace these, alright? sometimes they get squashed in and it won't come out, so just work with it. Throw that away, put a new washer, guys. All right, and next what we'll do is we'll take our line, we'll put this guy in, and the second washer goes up in the front. The brake line goes through this little guy right here, right? It has a perfect seating system right there, and that will prevent it from moving around. Very simple, guys. After this, do bleed your brakes, right? Don't just forget about it. All right, guys, cleaning up my hands so we can tighten this little guy right here, right? All right, guys, make sure you tighten this just enough. Make sure you torque it, because you don't want to go crazy with this bolt, and you don't want to snap it because it's hollow from the center, right? That's where the brake fluid travels from. Make sure you wipe everything off, all right? And make sure you do bleed it, all right, guys? Very important for you to bleed the brake after you replace this caliper, all right? I'm not going to be making a video on that. There's a lot of great videos out there. I have done bleedings before. You could find those videos. Simply have somebody push the pedal and pump the pedal for you. And guys, you see what I did there? I removed this and I tightened this and I checked this, because sometimes this caliper does not come fully assembled, all right? So there we have it, guys. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye bye. And I will take a moment to show you the part numbers of the, already showed you the brake, the caliper, and the rotor, all right? All right, guys, if you use the white box rotor, that's the part number right there. The caliper, part number right there. I'm using a Delco here, and I have a box of brake pad right there. That's what I'm using. All right, guys, there we have it. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye bye, and we will see you on the next one. If you guys have any questions or any of this, please send me a message. All right, so there's our brakes on a 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12 Honda Civic 6, 7. They're all the same. All right, brake pads, rotors, and the caliper.